Oh, good evening, people. Happy Tuesday. As I always say, I bet if I had all of you screaming on the screen, you would be able to repeat what I always do and always say what I always say. It's Tuesday. It's my happiest day of the week. Welcome back to another exciting week. I'm so happy to be here. Tuesday is my favorite day, everyone, and you know that because I get to share the evening with all of you. So welcome and thank you for being here. Remember, folks, you know what it is. We are still celebrando la Mes de la Mujer. We are celebrating women in history, women que son poderosas, who are doing things and making moves right now. So if you have an amazing woman in your life, whether it's a coworker, whether it's a parent, a child, whatever it is, give that lady some love, give her some attention, because women in history and women who are in present day are doing some amazing and magnificent things. Hello, 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 Daisy Pietri. I see you. Clem, Sunshine, hello, and welcome tonight. As per always, let's remind folks before we get into it why we are here and why we do what we do. If you or someone you love is dealing with any form of domestic violence, whether it's a friend, a family member, someone you love, or even yourself, make sure that you have them reach out to the National Domestic Violence Hotline at 1-800-799-7233. They can also reach us at all of our social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest. Yeah, Pinterest, because we like to do funky stuff. Twitter, Instagram, everywhere you can think of. We are there and you can find us. But you can also find us at our website at www.loveshouldnothurt.com. It is scrolling across the bottom of the screen. And remember, even if your foe is dealing with domestic violence, just pass them the number. Be nice, because we don't want to see anyone dealing with it. As per always, welcome and thank you for being here tonight. The last time I was on this screen, I was on the screen with some fire Latina ladies. Daisy Pietri, she's joining us tonight. Just Toledo Narvaez, Christine Santos, and Valerie Caraballo. We had an amazing evening. We spoke about women empowered and what they are doing right now. They're not working the typical 9 to 5, folks, but they are women who are killing it right now. And we were so super stoked to have them here. If you did not see that episode, go to YouTube, go back to our page and see what it is we spoke about, because it was a fantastic evening. I'm laughing, folks, because I am super Latina. I keep going like this and moving my hands around. Man, why do we talk with our hands? Lucy, my love, thank you for being here tonight, folks. We are back at it. Let's keep it real. We are bringing to you some day-to-day reels and TikToks that are going to blow your socks off. And we want you to do what you did the last time, because we are here for part 2, because the last time was such a phenomenal segment. We had so much audience interaction. It was amazing. You guys kept the show flowing. So we decided, since we had 101, that we would be back. So tonight, as per always, I love when I'm joined on the screen because he's always in the background, hiding, never wants to show his face. But tonight, again, I have the pleasure of having my executive producer side by side with me and joining me so that we can bring you guys some night of entertainment. So let's welcome Mr. Ray Velez. What's up? Que lindo, you got cows.
What did you call me?
I didn't say you. I said you had cows, though.
Oh, what the... No, I'm just here. Oh, I'm like this, but I meant to go like this because it's changes screen. But yeah, I'm here with some reinforcement just in case, things get a little bit hectic, and I'm definitely looking forward to this. So I say, let's do this.
Let's do this. Well, listen, we had so much fun the last time. We had audience interaction and it was amazing. People were loving the TikToks and the reels that we chose. So hopefully tonight you'll do the same. You'll enjoy what we chose and you'll give us your opinions on what you feel, because if not, you got to listen to my scratchy voice explain everything and tell you how I feel about it. So join us. Tell us what you feel. Carmen, I love you. She loves my hair. Thank you. I feel like a poodle, but I did the curls today. Thank you for the love and for always being here. Ray, adelante, hombre. Let's throw the first one up there.
You will look at yourself one day and you won't know who you are because you don't remember who you were. Sometime along the way, or maybe at 13 or 14, we let go of the little person that kept us going. That person, when we get about 13 or 14, we get embarrassed of him. And we push him aside and we don't listen to him anymore. And he's always knocking. Hey, hey. And after so long of a time, maybe 10, 15 years, you don't even know him. You show up at your own door and you don't even know who you are. Your family doesn't know who you are. So it's important, no matter what you do, no matter what challenges you go through, you remember who you are.
Tell me that was not a good starter.
That was good, bro. I didn't send you that one.
I put my own in the.
Doing your own stuff in the background.
So, what did you feel when you heard that? Because this is exactly that's why I put it as an opening, so that it would catch you off guard. You know how we deal with putting off guard.
Let me say this much. Everyone that watches knows that when I do this show, when I talk about my organization, no matter where it is that I go, I'm super transparent, right? I don't use other people. I use Christina, and I've had so many moments recently. So that just you took me by surprise there, brother, because that just wow. I just had a conversation with someone today that was just like it resonated so much with my conversation today because I absolutely feel like who I was a long time ago is definitely not who I am now. And so many people don't recognize me. Not to say that I was a terrible person, because I was not, but during my time of abuse and everything that I went through, I absolutely was just very like to myself, quiet. And if you know me, you know that's not me. I'm loud, I'm goofy, I'm tall types of crazy. And during that time, I was in such a dark place and I was always depressed and sad. And I'm always so full of energy now. And I'm just positive constantly and like always trying to push others. Where on the opposite side, my family was used to me when I was younger being miserable and just going to parties and just being mean to everybody. And my mom having to tell me, cambia esa cara, and like always telling me that I need to be positive. And I'll be like, oh. And my grandmother, God bless her, she's not here anymore. She would constantly tell me, tú no puedes estar así. You can't be upset. You can't be angry all the time. And the Chrissy that I am now is so opposite of that. Like if I knocked on heaven's door today and I reintroduced myself to my grandmother, she would be like, wow. So thank you for getting me choked up super early at the start of the show.
I definitely do that. Whenever I'm on the show, I got you.
Lucy says that was powerful and that she needed that. I think a lot of us needed that tonight. That was super powerful. I love that. I love that. Look at you doing stuff behind my back. People. He's the bomb, but let's go. Let's keep it going. I'm waiting for you guys to start responding because listen, we brought this back because you guys were amazing. Daisy Pietri just said, change your thoughts, change your life. That is absolutely correct. My thoughts absolutely have changed my life. I have thought of just nothing but positive thoughts. Ray, you chose it. Why'd you choose it? Give us some feedback here, brother.
No, it's definitely when sometimes we get so lost in ourselves that we forget the true meaning of ourselves. Like when we get lost into life, we grow up, and we have to grow up. Regardless, we have to grow up. But there's sometimes that kid inside. Sorry, there's that kid inside that is definitely trying to let you be yourself. Like, don't forget about me. I know that we had to grow up and we had to focus on bills and family and job and so on and so forth. But I feel like we can't really lose our essence. We had to let them come out and say, remember me. Don't get lost into trying to impress people or trying to say yes to people and not. And sometimes that's, of course, people don't like to say no, but I'm definitely one of those people that are always saying yes to everybody, that I do forget about myself in the long run. And I guess it's when it comes to being that we're just focused so much on life that we forget about our happy times.
Yeah.
And those happy times are like when we were young and we would like listening to music and just being ourselves, dancing and just
free.
That's exactly why I feel like that we lose ourselves. I'm going to say that a friend of mine said she lost herself, especially when she became a mother.
Yeah.
She was just focused on now it's family and it's only the child and that's it. There's nothing else. And I was like, wow, that's tough, because no matter what, still do what you love to do. Even though if you grow up and do whatever you have to do, but don't lose yourself in the long run.
Yeah, absolutely. I've heard that a lot of times. I'm a mother of a 14-year-old, and I have moments where my focus is solely on her. And people who don't have children don't understand that sometimes that's the focus that we make. Um, but we do have to take times for ourselves. And sometimes, that gets taken from us. And people, want to say, well, you're a mother now. You have to remember that you're a mother now and you can't do those things. But I don't want to lose who I was before her. I still want to be that person because that is still a part of me. That is still who I am. In essence, exactly what you said. I can't be a good me for her if I'm not still who I originally was, because she's a part of me. She makes me. And like, when they want me to, exactly, Carmen says we must balance. Absolutely. We must be able to still be ourselves and still be that mom and still go to work and be that vice principal and still go to work and be that person. We have to be able to bring them together and not lose who we are, because sometimes you're right. As a mom, we lose ourselves. We absolutely do. We get so in the hustle and bustle of being a parent, running around, doing this, doing that we forget to, like, Chrissy needs a moment. I need a moment to just sit back. So I hear that a lot of times. I want to shout out some folks because Migdalia, I see this is about the third or fourth time you've joined us, and we're super excited for that. Sunshine Hooch says from Anchorage, Alaska. Thank you so much for being here tonight with us. We're super excited that you're here. We appreciate it. Ray, tráeme otra.
Got you. Let me switch over. All right.
I wish everyone understood that breaking up with a narcissist isn't just a normal breakup. You don't go through the normal breakup routine. You don't just get over it in, a couple weeks, or you move on to someone else and it's finally all over and your feelings are out of your mind, disappear. With a narcissist, you have trauma that you have to get over. You have pieces of that relationship that sit with you potentially for life because they affected you so much, because they broke you down so much that you're reactive to everything. They groomed you into the person that you are now. And you learned all these things subconsciously because they programmed you to be a certain way so they could control you. And it's like, how do you actually move on from that? You have to unlearn everything that they taught you or trained you to do or believe or whatever it is. And it doesn't just happen like that. However long you were with them, however long you were like that, it takes time to get over that.
No shit. And I know that those folks who are watching, like Carmen and just different women who constantly join us every week, I think that we all can attest to all of those things because we've talked about it on so many of our shows. We've talked about how being with a narcissist and being in an abusive relationship can leave that perception of what's left in your mind forever. I say it over and over again. I know you guys can't believe it because I'm so beautiful, but I am 41. And at 41 years of age, I still am growing through the Malo. I'm still growing through the phase of you gotta grow through what you go through. And I am 41 years old, and my physical abuse was almost 20 years ago. But my narcissist abuse and my mental abuse and my emotional abuse has carried on in every single relationship since. And it's taken me forever to be able to find the good in myself because I have been through such traumatic experiences with all of those relationships that I have to unlearn those things. I have to unlearn that I'm not worthy. I have to unlearn that I'm ugly and that I'm fat and that my body is not what society wants it to be and that I need to have abs and I need to be in shape or I need to make $100,000 a week to be someone that's thought of as I've made it. What I do is small. These are things that I heard on a daily basis. Like, you're not good enough. Your salary isn't enough. You're basic. Your degree means nothing. These are things that were embedded in my brain. And at 41, I'm still battling those traumatic demons, as I call them, because I have to continue to wake up every day and say to myself, I am worthy. I am good enough. What I've done is enough. And what I continue to do will continue to be enough. Because as long as I'm where I need to be for me, then I'm going to always be enough and I'm going to always be okay. But people do not realize, they think once you leave those relationships, we're healed. We're not healed. It's like any form of abuse that you have to go through. When you go through sexual abuse, if you've been raped, they say go through therapy so you can get past the trauma. Being with a narcissist is traumatic. And the words that are spewed onto you every day and told every day, that shit resonates in your mind over and over and over and over. Waleska said it, take your time to heal. And guess what? That time may be years and years and years, because you may think that you're free of those things. And guess what happens? You end up dating another one. And that person starts to tell you some of the things that one said and some new stuff. So now you got to get past that. Let's get that other comment Waleska put up. That is so real. We also have to be careful and take time to be alone after that kind of relationship, or we will take our hurt and pain into the next relationship. And it's not fair to the next person to endure something someone else caused. Absolutely. Absolutely. I've had a lot of folks tell me, I just got out of the relationship. Oh my God, I need to find me a man. I need to go out there and like find someone so that I can be happy. And I'm like, sis, you don't. You just went through a traumatic experience. You were just with someone for 2, 3, 4, 5 years who told you that you were unworthy, that you were not appreciated, that you just were not enough. It's time for you to sit in this time by yourself, find out who you are, and start to love you. Make you a priority, because during this time, you were not a priority. You have to remember and reflect on all the things that you know are good about you so that you can start reminding yourself all those things and start like embedding in your brain all the positivity. I'm a good person. I'm an amazing person. I always say, take some sticky notes. I got my bedroom mirror, my bedroom closet is a whole mirror. Take some sticky notes and put up some positive affirmations and remind yourself every day, I'm beautiful, I'm worthy, I'm amazing, and retrain your brain to realize those things and see them, because years with a narcissist will make you believe those things do not exist. Let's look at that other comment there. I already see what he's about to come on screen and do. I knew it. I knew it. He's crazy, people. You rock. I do. I know. Hello, Ligero. We got a few comments there. Let's see what they are. Yolanda Rodriguez, welcome back. Thank you for being here. All things that are those who speak all things that are how those who speak these negativity view themselves and hide these insecurities, all while belittling you. That is so factual. I believe that people who abuse you are people who have their own insecurities they need to work on, so they're spewing it to you. Learn to be happy on your own. That's important. It's super important, ladies and gentlemen. Super, super important. Yes, take your time to heal. Absolutely. A trigger may show up. Yeah, you could be in a new relationship and triggers may absolutely show up yet again. So just continue to train your mind opposite of what you've been told.
You ready, Chrissy?
I'm ready, baby. Let's go.
Let's do this.
Ladies, if a guy ever dumped you or broke up with you or ghosted you for no reason after you did nothing but love him, was loyal to him, appreciated him, I want you to know you won. Yeah, you won. You want to know the greatest and most powerful tool that can tear any man down, or any person, to be honest? It's guilt. It's the guilt you know you had something that you wanted so bad, and you took it for granted. But there's hope. These people will be back. They always do. It's human nature that when we have something that makes us feel good, we want it in our life. Now, when these people come back, it's up to you. But I always say, take the positive route. Follow your heart. Don't let them come back easily. They got to earn your trust again. They got to build that back up, because you can't just break something and expect it's going to be the same. No.
First of all, si ya te fuiste, vete pa'l carajo. Don't come back.
They're trying to be like the Terminator. I'll be back.
No, you're not coming back. Because if you broke me down, stay where you are. Quédate allá.
Que se vaya, que se vaya, que se vaya de mi vida.
You're not going to break me down. If I have had the strength to move on from you, no venga para atrás. Leave me alone. Déjame en paz, por favor. Ileana has a big comment. Let's see what it says. In the book I'm currently reading, it explains that we build homes in other people. So we want to make sure that home accepts us and wants us there. However, we must build our homes within us. That way, whoever wants to leave doesn't leave us homeless. Yo, word. I need that book. I like that. That's a good one. That's amazing. You got to put up in the comment section what that book is so we know what that book is. I like that. I like that a lot, because we absolutely need to know that we are important and not place our importance in other people. Yolanda, thank you and your team for these discussions and for spreading knowledge. Absolutely. Thank you for being here. I love when you guys are on and interacting. Waleska's asking for the name of the book, Ileana. Let's go. That was a good one. No, I don't know how I feel about that video, bro. I mean, I get it. He was trying to be positive, But we're not welcoming you back. Once toxicity is gone, we don't bring that book.
But you know what? The good thing is,
Pero no nombrate el nombre del libro.
the good thing is what I recognize is that it's a guy that's actually saying it.
No, yeah. Well, that's
So that's really good that it on the male perspective piece, he knows, okay, we do come back. Like as in, those that do hurt, which is a male, they do come back and they try to see, can they try to come back?
see, but the knowledgeable part about that for us women, as we have to figure out why they're back. Because sometimes it's not because they're back because they miss us. And it's not because they came back because they want to fix it. A lot of times, thank you, Ileana. A lot of times they come back because they miss that attention from you. And they miss you wanting them in their life. And they miss you begging them to be with you. So they're back because the games, continue. So I say if you ever want to come back and you're stuck between what do I do in this situation? Exactly what he said. Go with your heart, but also go with your mind as well, because your mind is going to tell you how you feel. You know if it's right or it's wrong. If you've been in this relationship for long enough with this person and and you can feel the toxicity and right from wrong and you're like, I don't feel comfortable, go with your gut. I say always go with your gut because your heart lead you.
Don't only think of the good moments.
Yes.
Think of the tough moments that
absolutely.
will help you with that answer.
Absolutely. Yolanda is writing again. They try to come back to see how 10 toes down you really are. Narcissists always come back to see if you're vulnerable and easy to manipulate. Exactly. So watch it, ladies. No lo deje venir para acá. Ileana, why do we expect for the person who broke us to put us back together? Exactly. And that is why it's super important. And I stress it in every show and every time I get up there and I speak at a different, speaking engagement. Every time I talk to the kids at schools, I always remain the same in my stance. Do not look for someone to fix you. Do not look for someone to make you better or make you feel whole. You can do that on your own. You just have to put the power back into your own hands. Don't put the power in someone else's. Yolanda, a narcissist feels no empathy. They love no one, not even their children. Sad but true. I've dealt with it. Very factual. If you take someone back who broke you, you are telling them that it's okay to be treated that way. Absolutely. The best way to show someone how to treat you is to treat yourself even better. Show them this is how you treat me. I'm going to show you by how I treat myself. Adelante con otra.
One of the hardest conversations I think I had to have was when I was in a relationship with someone I loved and they didn't love me back. When you love this person, when you feel like you've done everything to kind of fit into their world, to be what you think they want, to act, walk into, you're doing all these things to change yourself, hoping that this person will love you. And then you come to that realization, you just look at yourself in the mirror one day and you're like, I have to love myself more than I love him.
Amen.
Like that, hands down, was one of the hardest conversations I had to have with myself when I had to realize that that I deserved to be loved.
Yeah. Ladies, I think that's our biggest problem. And men too, because I want to say this, that, we have a huge, huge following of women. But if you look through our Love Shouldn't Hurt following, there are a lot of men on there as well. So I want to say this for the women and the men. And Ray is our biggest, support system. Women and men, know that loving you first is going to always bring you the happiness that you're looking for. I think way too many times, again, for myself, in my most recent relationship, and God help me, my most recent relationship, even during this time, I was looking for that love in that person. So I was willing to change everything about me. I mean, the women he cheated with, I was trying to be just like them. I was changing my hair to look like them. I was going to the gym every day to try to feel like I was thinner, just like they were. I was trying to be everybody but me, because I thought that me wasn't good enough because he was looking for other people. So women and men, know that you are enough. And I can't say this, man, I can say it a million times and it still won't be enough. And I stress it over and over and over every time I'm on this screen, whether we're talking about a book or we're talking to an actress that's on the screen, whoever is here, I say it over and over again. Love you for you, because you are enough no matter what you are. I spent so many years, and always moments of transparency, correct? Every time I'm here, there's moments of transparency. I have sat in thought in the past week. I've really sat and I've thought to myself, I need to evaluate my life. I need to evaluate what it's been like up until this point. And I literally sat down and I took an empty notepad and I opened it up and I wrote down on there every bad thing that I was willing to tolerate to be in a relationship. And people are probably like, oh my God, really? Like, you run this organization? Yes. But that only means that I spread this awareness and that I have lived through it. So I'm able to speak so freely about it. But that doesn't mean that I'm perfect and that I do not go through pain. I still have gone through plenty of pain throughout the years. And it's taken me time to educate myself, time to evaluate myself, because no matter how old I am, I tell my daughter, think about what you want for yourself so that you know what you accept and what you can't accept. And I sat there and people, when I opened this book, it was empty. This page was empty, just lines. When I was done, I had about 7 pages full of things that I tolerated, things that I changed about myself to be with people who, in the end, never loved me. Who knows why they were here? Who knows what they got out of the abuse, what they got out of ridiculing me or making me feel lesser of a person? Whatever it was that they got from it, all I got from it was pain. And I'll be damned if that'll happen again. So sit down, take a moment to realize your worth, folks, and abre un libro. Take your blank page and look at all of the things that you've done and promise yourself to never do any of those things. We got a big comment, right? Yolanda Rodriguez says, so many people take the saying, love yourself first, be selfish with yourself out of context. They view it as being selfish and negative, but in reality, one must love themselves first. How could we really love anyone if we don't know how to love ourselves? I could never comprehend how people don't understand this is a must for any relationship to work. A relationship with yourself is absolutely crucial. Yes, that is probably spoken. That's like we can pin that comment right there. I don't know how to pin it, but if you can pin it, you pin that comment right there because it is absolutely the most important thing. The relationship, hey, he pinned it. The relationship that you have with yourself is going to teach people how to treat you. Daisy Pietri says, we are a work in progress. And Ileana says, they were there because they love the way you love them.
And this isn't only just, I don't see it as just relationships.
Yeah.
Even overall, when your friendships, family members, you have to be very, very careful in letting a person manipulate you, take advantage of you. Sometimes they know that it's sad because sometimes they know that you won't go nowhere. So it's like they're so confident they're never going to go nowhere. So they just continue belittling, taking advantage, saying things, and it's just like when you're there and you start listening, your mental health, regardless, is super important. Yeah. So whenever you have a moment, exactly what Christina just said, take that moment and really reevaluate yourself. Yeah. See where you are. Mm-hmm. See what the people that you're around. Mm-hmm. Is it healthy?
Yes.
Take care of yourself. I mean, this is one of the biggest things that I guess that there was a time that I've always wanted to make sure that I was in. Yeah. And then when you don't have the things that they want, you're not worth it no more. So it's like you were probably giving your all to your friends, to your family, and even family. I mean, sometimes you have to just say, I love you, but
I'm gonna love you from afar.
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's key in a lot of different relationships. And when I'm rearing my daughter and I'm trying to, make her be the best woman she can be, I'm not going to be there every day. But all of the moments and the times that I have with her are super important. And people know, if you know me, you know how important she is to me. You know that we're like this. We're 2 peas in a pod. That girl is glued to me. So because we are so close, I make sure that I'm giving her the most positive examples I can. And I am constantly embedding in her head positivity. If she feels down and she's like, oh, I'm not enough, you are enough. You are worthy. And I think the most important thing that I tell her, and we said it in last week's conversation, build up your circle. Build up those that are around you. Like you just said, it's not just in relationships with a man and a woman, or a woman and a woman, or a man and a man. It is in your friendships as well, because you cannot continue to be a positive person if the people around you are filling your head with negativity and constantly saying bad things to you and telling you, if you think, oh my God, I got a promotion, it's amazing, and they're saying, oh, I mean, there was really nobody else to fill those shoes. That's why you got it. You have to have people that are in your life that when you're not around them, they are still celebrating you. They are still highlighting you. If I'm not in the room with Ray, I know that he's going to say positivity about me. If Ray's not in the room with me, you know how close we are. We're going to talk positive about one another. Make sure you know your circle. Uplift your circle so you can uplift who you are, because listen, in life, we need to have that positivity around us. If I'm walking every day and I'm positive and I get on here every day and I'm like, let's go, buenos dias, have a good day, find one positive thing, and then I walk into work and everybody around me is miserable, it's hard for me to keep up the positivity because those around me are negative. So listen, build up your circle, people. I see the big comments. We're going to come back to that. But listen, it is the 31 mark. We missed it by a minute, peeps. 30 mark. As for always, we're boring, Ray. Remind yourselves, if someone you love, someone you know, whether it's a friend or foe, whoever it is going through any form of domestic violence, have them reach out to the National Domestic Violence Hotline at 1-800-799-7233. You can reach us on any social media platform, as well as our website at loveshouldnothurt.com. What I always say every week, if you cannot get a response from us within 24 hours and you need immediate assistance, please, please, please contact the National Domestic Violence Hotline or dial 911. If you are in imminent danger and you feel as though I don't know who to call 911 and tell them you want a pizza. The people on the other line know exactly what they need to do to help you get through that situation. Ray, let's look at a few more of those comments.
Okay. I don't even know where we were left off at.
There's a lot. So
did we do...
Don't get it confused either. Nothing in life is coincidence. Everything is with purpose. So sometimes we are out in these situations because we need to learn the lesson. Growth requires bad moments. Absolutely. And if life was perfect, what would we learn? Touche. You got to go through every storm before you can get to a rainbow. And I believe that. You have to go through bad times so that you can be able to celebrate and love on the good times. That's so true. Oh my goodness. I'm such a loving and nurturing person. And I used to be so upset when people took me for granted. But I learned that I don't need to stop being who I am. I genuinely am. However, I don't need to give it to everyone. Not everyone is deserving. That's important. Absolutely important. You can continue to be you, but not everybody deserves it. And being able to decipher who deserves it is super, super important, because sometimes we give all of ourselves, whether it's family, it's friends. Sometimes we do too much for everybody and nobody's giving it back. And our cups are filling everybody else's. In the meantime, our cup is emptying. So be able to decipher who to give it to you. Dr. Sandra Gonzalez.
To Dr. Gonzalez.
Dr. Gonzalez, thank you for joining us. She said, build up your circle. Absolutely. Make sure you got positive around. Hello, Esther. I love to see family on. Thank you for being here.
All right.
Let's go.
You ready?
I'm always ready, bro.
All right. This was one of your favorites.
Uh-oh.
I'm not sure who this message is for, but baby, it just hit my spirit. So I know I need to hit you with it. You're the one that got away. I said, you are the one that got away. So I am wondering why you keep trying to beg them to come back in your life. I am wondering why you keep chasing after them so they can see your worth. I am wondering why you cannot stand in the mirror and see how worthy you already are, baby, because you are the one that got away. And sometimes that rejection is just God's protection. You're the one who got away, baby. Yeah, enjoy the blessing. Keep going.
Yes, baby. Woohoo! Every woman on this screen, because it's Women's History Month, so I'm shouting the women. Every woman on this screen, if a man has left you, if another woman has left you, whoever left you, you're the one that got away, boo. Don't even beg them. Because you know what? Yo ha pasado mucho tiempo begging people to stay with me. Why? Do you see how cute I am? begging people to stay with me. And we are absolutely the ones that got away. Yup. What did we say on every single show? Be confident about yourself. Be confident in who you are. Because listen, if you don't celebrate yourself, who's going to celebrate you? Carmen Gonzalez, yes. That rejection is God's protection. Absolutely. Margie, damn, look at that. Everybody's like, woohoo! Clapping it away. That's right. Arlene, another family member. Thank you so much. She said, I need all of these TikToks. We all do, girl. We all do. Yolanda Rodriguez said, Eso es una bendición. Absolutely. Margie says, yes, I am the one that got away for sure. I love it. That's a good one. I love that one. I love that one.
Ready?
Let's go.
We have like only 200 more to go.
I mean, we got about 5 hours. No, I'm joking. Go ahead.
I wrote this song for you to scream after a breakup. Check it out. I'm sorry that you couldn't see that I was good enough. I'm sorry that you didn't think that I was worth your love. Someday you're gonna realize just how much you screwed up, but I'll be gone. Oh yeah, the day you finally realize you were wrong.
I love them all. I love them all.
Ooses.
I like that. I like that. I think that's what always happens, though. Like, you don't realize it. Thank you so much, Shayla. Thank you for being here. Gracias. She shared it. I am so excited that we do this and people are like into it. I love it because I think there's so much of social media is shared now through these TikToks. Like you can look up anything on TikTok today and any reel, and you will absolutely find something about what you're going through at the moment. Thank you so much. Yolanda said, I started dancing instantly. Laugh out loud. Got the shoulders rolling. Yeah, girl, you saw me bouncing in there. I love it. Michael's back on TikTok now. Michael said, period. I love it. I love it. That was a dance break, folks. That was a dance break. Hey. Go ahead, next one.
All right.
Maybe I was holding on to what I thought you were, but when you think too hard, eventually it starts to hurt. The version of you in my head now I know wasn't true. Young people fall for the wrong people, guess my one was you.
I think that a lot of the people on this, if not everyone on this, can say that we have at some time or another chose the wrong person. I think if I can count with my hands, I think everybody updated was the wrong person. But anyway, I think we do. And seriously, like trauma is so hard to get away from, whether it's a relationship or just any form of abuse, like people think that, you deal with trauma and it's never going to get better. And other people who are on the outside are like, I just get over it. Like it's over. Like you're not with him anymore. You're not with her anymore. Get over it. But they don't realize that trauma is real and it's not the easiest to get over, Raymond Ortiz says, yeah, that's how I feel sometimes. My love. Me too. We all do. I think everybody feels that way from some time or another. Join us every Tuesday because we'll keep on loving on you, Ramon. We'll love you every week. It's really difficult to get past trauma. It is. And I think that's why we need to practice kindness. We absolutely do. Practice kindness, like no matter where you go, because somebody is dealing with some form of trauma. It doesn't have to be domestic violence. It could be so many other things, but so many people deal with trauma. We just need to be nice. The world is going through so much.
We definitely have, we definitely have to be careful in what we say and how we say it. And that's one of the major things that I believe that people are so cold that, I'm a big softie, and I know that sometimes that could be tough, as in tough-minded, whatever you want to call it. But at the same time, I can feel what another person feels. Mm-hmm. I can feel that if I choose my words, I try to make sure that to put myself into that person's shoes. So when I'm listening to you, I might be quiet at times and just like, and then there's those people that know me that I'm the loud person and stuff like that. And it's like, that's where a lot of the same characteristics of me and Christina are. We're loud when we're comfortable, and then it's like, but we also are reserved and we can feel what another person feels. And I mean, it's just, you don't know what another person is battling. And it's just sometimes, just being kind and even saying good morning or saying hello or just nice, kind words. goes a long way. And it just we're in a tough, cold world, unfortunately. Tough times, but continue being a genuine person.
Absolutely. I was speaking to someone today who crazy. It's like a flashback. So I don't know what it is with me running into former students from my past. It's like constantly. And it's crazy because I've always been in accelerated ed. Like I've always worked at accelerated ed. So that means that they're older and they're trying to finish school because they're older. So I've met kids throughout the years who are no longer kids. Like this gentleman is a man, a grown man. He's 32 now, but he was my student when I was 20, 21 years old, fresh out of college. He was my student. And recently we held a conversation. And today we spoke, and the conversation was pretty much, my abuse happened during the time that I was your Miss Vega. Like during that time is when I went through the abuse. And he said, I would never know. And this is why I always say, watch how you treat people, because you have no idea the storms people are passing. I get on that camera in the mornings, now that I got my car back, and I do my morning motivations over again. And there's so many people. I do rock. I know I rock now that I have a car again. Anyway, 3 months without it. But anyway, I'm not bitter. Now that I'm back to doing my morning motivation, I have people who inbox me constantly and are like, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Just seeing you happy in the morning and just, getting up there every day and just sharing your happiness. People, here's a secret. I'm not always happy when I'm doing those. I'm not. I have storms. I have my own troubles. I have a 14-year-old daughter. I have a contract for a job that's over in June. I have a lot of things going on in my life that, overwhelm me. I wake up sometimes super stressed, but I still get up. I still get on that camera and try to my best to do it every morning. Sorry, fumble, we're live. And I try to bring some type of smile or sunshine to anyone who could be watching, because there's so many people, bendito, who are going through storms. And sometimes that little 2 seconds of me getting on there hyper happy and cheery can help someone have a better day. So even if my days suck and I tell Ray I don't want to do it, he's like, no, get on that camera and like smile, like don't have a trompa, don't look upset, and give them the energy that they're used to, because you could be making someone's day. So listen, if you take anything away from this, people, some people who have smiles on their faces are dying inside. So just be kind. We got a bunch of comments, and because I talked too much, we didn't get to them. So go ahead.
But I'm going to go really quickly on what you just said. It's funny because we have that conversation between you and I saying, put a smile, and I want to say today, I woke up kind of like on the other side of the bed, and your video made me kind of laugh and at the same time smile. So I was like, look at that. Look at how much your positivity made me feel a lot better waking up. And it was just like, and I was on my throne, whoever doesn't know, yeah, so I'm here watching it, and I'm over here like, it started my day a lot better, because unfortunately, not everybody is a morning person. That would be me, not a morning person whatsoever. But it's not nobody else's fault. It's like, so I have to be kind. I have to be okay. I have to be, because I work face to face with people. So, I mean, it was, but Chrissy, I can say thank you, because, those messages do help,
Well, that's good to hear. I'm telling you, I've heard a lot of things recently. I went to the Bad Bunny concert last week, and I met someone when we were in the suite who said to me, I know who you are through a friend. And I said, really? Who's your friend? And she's like, well, I can't share her name, etc., etc. But she told me to look for you. And I said, really? What's that? She said she went through a terrible, terrible dark time last year. And she says that when she turned on your show, she started to watch it every week, and it helped her get out of her situation. And that filled my soul, because that is not the first time someone's told me, people watch this show every week and I don't have interactions with you after that. Cameras get turned off and we go back to regular life. So I don't know who we're touching, but for people to say, what you're doing matters, it doesn't matter who is against what we do, because knowing that we are helping people is definitely what keeps me going. So I appreciate it. We have a bunch of comments there, Ray. Let's look at some.
If I could find exactly where we started, but Yes, but I'm going to go towards the bigger ones.
Yes, people don't realize that just one phone call can help with whatever emotions that are going throughout the day. Absolutely. Pick up the phone. If you haven't heard from someone in a while, call them. Tell them you love them and just let them know you're checking in with them, because that could absolutely change someone's day. Clem, oh, trust me. I totally understand you, because I'm always smiling, strong, and positive. But Lord, no one knows what I am really going through. Special needs child, a child with heart issues and my own health issues, but I'm always making sure everyone is good before my own feelings. I feel you, Clem. I absolutely do. But remember, my love, to take time for you, because you cannot fill other people with an empty cup, mi amor. You need to make sure that you are good too. Everything you're doing is positive. It's for those you love and those who surround you. But take a moment to step back, because you do not want to run yourself dry.
And for as long as I've known Clem, it's been years. I'm talking about probably more than 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
And she's an amazing person, amazing mom. So definitely look out for yourself. Look out for yourself, take care of yourself, and just have those moments. Sometimes you just need to even if it's like a little day of like, get your nails done, get your hair done, relax, get a massage, or just even read a book, or just go outside, do it. It actually does definitely help.
Yolanda just put one up. Spreading positivity is energy, and lots of it can have a ripple effect and spread. Absolutely. Put on a smile, because someone may walk past you and that smile may help you. She's amazing. Yes, Clem, she's talking to you, boo. Next, let's go.
All right. And I'm looking at it's like a bingo card over here.
Divorce is okay. Breaking up is okay. Moving on is okay. Starting over is okay. Being alone is okay. What's not okay is staying somewhere where you are not valued or appreciated.
¿Están escuchando el mensaje que te están diciendo? I think we got a few of them. You hear?
Las indirectas que están dando.
Lo están tirando. Lo oyes. Listen, people, it is okay to move on from negativity, and it is way okay to be by yourself. Listen, the summer's coming. Hot girl summer, hot dude summer. You think, no, I'm joking. No, I'm joking. But listen, it's okay to be by yourself, because what is it, the dicho, Ray?
Okay.
Mejor estar sola de mal
acompañado.
That's right. So listen, it's okay, people. If you are in a bad relationship, está bien, bótalo. It's okay to be by yourself. We are towards the end, and I don't like when it's towards the end, because I want to stay on it forever. So hurry up and do another one.
We're gonna do at least 3 in a row.
Okay.
If you don't mind.
I don't mind. I don't know about them, but I don't mind.
All right.
Not let other people define who you are. That's right. So now to this day, when I read, negative comments or anything like that, you know what? I said, you know what? I don't have to make an agreement with that. Your words, and you who I don't even know, I'm not going to give you power over who I am. I know who I am. And you don't define me. I define me.
She's saucy. I like saucy.
Ready?
I like that.
Sorry.
It's my show, bro. I don't want to talk if I want. Don't be trying to cut off my words.
What?
Let them question you. Let those questions fuel your ambition. Know your power. You are not a victim. You control everything. Someone says something to you out of pocket, put them in line. Don't talk to me like that. That's how wires get crossed. If you see something, say something. Why did you say that? Why did you do that? I saw how you looked at her. What is that about? We have to take up for each other.
Absolutely.
Please talk about this.
I mean, you might cut me off. So
I might, but I have ammunition right here behind me.
I think you ain't your bro.
But when you can feel it when you're not. Sometimes you're in a room and you can just feel the vibes. And it's just like, you're like, hold on, I thought we were cool. I thought we were okay. Or somebody that doesn't know you or anybody and giving you that like, who's that person? Or the hate because they hear somebody else that's not true. It's just, I don't know. It's just, I'm sorry. I'm probably getting into the feel right now, but it bothers it. You work on yourself so much, and then you tend to have those certain people that are focused to put you down.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm gonna bring something up, and I don't know if I can, Chrissy, but
you know me, I don't care about nada.
We've had our own conversations, and we've had great conversations, and it's just like, you can go somewhere. Let's say you're at a club or wherever, and you have those certain people that are looking at you from across and just talking about you, making you feel uncomfortable, and what your focus is to have a good time, to be, you know what, I had 5 days of, a hectic 5 days at work. I just want to have a good time.
Yeah.
And here goes people, like giving you that negativity. So that's going to start you up. And then you're just going to try to, mess up your weekend and stuff like that. And it's just like, you're focused on, like, you know what, I've got out of this, or I'm already going through this, and I'm trying to better myself with this. I'm trying to keep my relationship with God. I'm trying to maintain my children. I'm trying to like work with issues that, not people do not understand what people have gone through, as in anything. Everybody has a story. Everybody has a story.
Yeah.
But it's about understanding people's story. It's just like I said, when I first found out about Chrissy, it was just like, what? Why didn't you say something? Or why, and it bothered so much because, and unfortunately, I'm the same exact way. I have my moments that I'm quiet. I'm battling my own stuff. And it's just like, I can understand that when you're going through stuff, you don't know how people are going to perceive it. So if you're trying to be transparent, sometimes being too transparent, here goes the judging in seconds. And you're over here like, why are you judging? Why don't you, instead of judging, give him, if you don't have nothing good to say, don't say not a damn thing.
That's what my mama said.
You're already you're battling whatever you're going through. And it's just like, and when I first heard everything, of course I wanted to like grab you and hug you and just like, what's up? Like, why didn't you say? But then as the time went, I understand, because everybody has their struggles that they go through by themselves at home. It could be work. It could be, it actually, sometimes your happy moment is your work. And when you're at work, you're like, I'm safe here. I'm okay. I'm not, I'll deal with whatever it is at home. I don't want it to come into work. And you're just focused on I'm at peace at work, and it's just, and it's a shame because it shouldn't be like that. Your home is
your happy place.
Just safe haven. And it's like, and people can take that away from you. But I'm going to say that regardless of your battles, always smile. And I say this a lot. Look in the mirror. Fall in love with yourself. I'm constantly telling people, look in the mirror. What do you see? If you can tell, say something to yourself. Or what would you say if the person that you're looking at is 12 or 13 years old? What would you say to that person, which is you? What would you say to that person that you have overcome, or the obstacles that you have gone through? I did that to Chrissy, and I'm gonna try to put that on next time that we go on. I asked Chrissy,
crying like a baby. I look crazy when you asked me that.
But you did so well, and it was an actual real feeling, just a real answer, pure answer, that you were telling your younger self that everything was going to be okay, and that's what we need to focus on, is just that there is nothing that cannot be taken care of, that there's nothing that cannot be solved. It's just, there's going to be hard times. Everybody's going to go through a test, but you know what? stay strong. You have people that are here as Love Shouldn't Hurt. I have grown as a person and because of Love Shouldn't Hurt. And I'm not saying this because I'm behind the scenes, because guess what? I went to Christy and I said, I believe in you and I believe in your organization. So I want to help. So I continued with it. We brainstorm together. We go to the next level. And it's like I said, it's something that I truly believe in.
And I love you for that. You rock. Yolanda just wrote a comment. Smiling will trick your mind into thinking you are actually happy. This helps eliminate anxiety and depression. I agree. I touche that since I'm a school counselor. I agree. Sigue, que we got 4 minutes.
I thought this is your show.
I mean, that's true, but the people on the screen, my fault. They like, we home, like we got things to do. We got kids to cook.
Voy a darle otra.
Dale.
I won't ever tell you what you can or can't do. I signed up to be your partner, not your parent. If you want to put yourself into a position that could jeopardize what we have, then so be it. What I will do is tell you what I like or don't like. That's where compromise and respect comes in.
I like her hair, it's pretty. Esther said, we love you, Ray.
Chris, and love you too. Chrissy, sorry, I'm over here.
When he says my name, I get scared.
No, when I say CMV. All right. Cristina Maria Vega. There was something that you watched, and unfortunately, we could not post the video today. And that was about Will Smith.
Mm-hmm.
Can you elaborate a little bit of the video that you watched?
Yeah. So I guess this is truly taking yourself out of the storm, right? You go through these trying times and they take you to where you are. So I found a TikTok that surprised me because, through my journey and through this organization, and if you followed and you've watched our shows, you know that we've had on, April Hernandez, who actually is one of the main characters in Freedom Writers. She was on with us. We've had Betty D, who is the lead singer of one of the very well-known freestyle artists in New York. So we've had different artists. We've had major people on the show talking to us. And you would never know these people have gone through such trials, right? So Will Smith, we know him, right? He's a pillar of Philadelphia. We know that he came here, West Philly, born and raised, right? We all watched the show. I had no idea that he watched his mother go through physical domestic violence with his father. And he spoke in this TikTok, and we didn't play it because sometimes when you use certain artists that everybody knows, it will throw us off. So we didn't want to do that. But he absolutely breaks it down in this TikTok. We couldn't play it also because it was super long. But he talks about how he watched his father beat his mother, and how as a child, he just stood there and he watched it and he did nothing. He did not help her. He did not reach out to do anything. He didn't get up, and his mother left. And he stayed with his father, and he spent the rest of his life trying to be a comedian, trying to be funny, to bring people happiness because of all the depression and all the bad things that he saw. And he spent a lot of his time trying to become something. And for him, that was his I'm sorry to his mother, because he felt guilt all those years of watching her be beat up so bad and not jumping in and doing something. And he was a kid, but he held that guilt on him because he saw his father tear his mother down, beat her, just watch him beat her, blood everywhere. And he said, I sat there and I did nothing. I never jumped in to help her. I never tried to stop the problem, call the police, nothing. I just watched. And when his mother left, he felt like I did nothing for her. So he took that as his way of, I'm going to go do something with my life. I'm going to go and I'm going to make people laugh so that nobody else, because of me, goes through sadness, is crying, is going through any difficult moments. If you can look for it, go to TikTok and look for it. Will Smith's TikTok about his past is bomb. Like, I literally sat there and was like, whoa, I had no idea. And this is something that we learn. I just had moments with watching Erica Alexander the other day, and she was on Living Single. No idea that she was a victim of domestic violence, and I saw this with April Hernandez. She came on and she spoke to us and she told us, so we see these people on the screen and they're actors and we're like, whoa, Freedom Writers was an amazing movie. And wow, she's a great actress. No idea who she was. She came on, she talked about her book, and she told us her story. And it was like, Sometimes things like that are what get us to where we are. And I watched his video and I thought to myself, wow, I can absolutely resonate, because all of the trials that I've been through in my life, not only with domestic violence, but an alcoholic father and just a broken home and everything that I've been through, sexual abuse as a child, just everything I've been through, me being a better person, being a better mother, being a better Christina, is because I'm trying to get away from that past. That past is what has pushed me to be who I am, because I don't ever want to see myself in that sadness again. And it's just amazing. Go to TikTok, look for Will Smith, and he tells you what he went through watching his mother be abused. It was awesome.
So Cristina Maria Vega.
It's over. I don't want it to be.
Unfortunately, yes.
We're gonna have like another Let's Keep It Real.
You're like part 3, part 4.
I am going to leave the screen and I'm going to let Ray give us his take on today, because what we always do is let our guests give our closing thoughts. And even though he is our executive producer, he's my co-host, so he has to share with us his thoughts with today's show. I'll be back.
So guys, it was definitely an honor today. Just like every single Tuesday or Wednesday or whichever day that we pick to do this. But overall, love yourself. Maintain your mental health. Make sure that you constantly look at that mirror and speak to that person that you're seeing. Make sure that you just completely just say the 3 words that sometimes are hard to say, and that is, I love you. But telling yourself that. Don't lose yourself. Don't lose yourself because of people. Don't lose yourself because of family. Maintain yourself and just be straight up happy. I'm big on my Christianity. Look for God. And I'm sorry that, for those that do not, but look for God. Regardless, it's an amazing feeling. I really would not even know what to do as of today if I didn't have God in my life. It's been a journey. It's been a journey, and we have our ups and downs. Lost, family members that were truly dear to me. Lost my dad. That's one of the, and I'm sorry, here I go, getting a little choked up here. You wanted to always try to make that one person happy. And that was always, and I'm going to say that was always like my parents, trying to be what they wanted me to be. But it was different, because for my dad, it's whatever makes you happy is what counts. You want to do this, you do it. And that it just feels good when you have that one person behind you. And unfortunately, they're not around anymore. But it's just, don't lose yourself, even through the obstacles. Continue doing your whatever you have to do. Go to school, go get your dream, go for it, meet your goals. But in the long run, keep yourself happy throughout the whole entire process. If it's not for you, it's not going to be for you. Let it go and go into the next piece. Just overall, if you're dealing with mental health issues, look for help. Push that pride to the side and look for help. That's one of the major things. Even like Christina said, even if it's calling Love Shouldn't Hurt, the domestic violence hotline, anything, speak. You're going through something, speak. Nobody can hear you if you don't speak. But overall, thank you. And I look forward to Let's Keep It Real, part 3, 4, 5, 6. But I'll see you guys hopefully next week.
Your words were cute, but I was distracted by your cows.
Which cow?
I'm joking. I love you.
So I'm going to let you now say your words. Goodbye.
People, my people, I love being here. You know that. If you know me well, you know that this is a super big part of my life. I love doing this. And the weeks that I choose not to because of whatever strife I'm going through at the moment, I am super, super sad those days. So I want to thank you, as per always, for you guys joining us, being here, being supportive, and always being interactive with us. That is my favorite part. I love to see people watching, enjoying what we do, and just interacting in what we, present to you guys every week. We try our best to bring positivity to the screen. No matter what we're going through, we get on here, we put a smile on our faces because we could be touching someone. So thank you for being here. I know that a lot of social media, sometimes we're like, we don't want our kids on social media, get off of TikTok all day. But the reality is, if you sit down and you look through some of these things, I'm sure there's tons of negativity, but there's so much that you can find. I think we've proven that in the past 2 times that we've done this, that there's a lot of things that you can find that could be beneficial for you. Some of these videos are videos that I've watched constantly over and over that have helped me fill my days on days that just weren't the best. I'm not perfect by any means necessary. I have negative days. I have sad days, things that I worry about, but love shouldn't hurt is me. It is my baby. It is what I continue to forge on to do. I'm super proud that we are in year 4, but I could not do it without all of you who continue to be here and support us. I appreciate you guys so much. And I say that genuinely. I appreciate it when I see familiar faces and names pop up on that screen or leave comments or just interact with us, because it is not easy to do this. People say, you do it so well. I'm still nervous. And this is probably like the 100 and something show, but I still get so nervous because I know that, just like I stated from that person who says they knew me from this show, there are people out there who are holding on to what we say, who are listening to what we say so that they can find some positivity. And let me tell you, he gets choked up and I'm always crying because I'm a crybaby, but I am just utterly proud to hold this crown, to come on here every week and be the person who can help you get through those tough times. If you are having a moment and you need someone and some support, reach out to me. Inbox Love Should Not Hurt. Send me an email on my website. Whatever it is, I am always here to forge some form of positivity, because listen, my life has not always been bright flowers and beautiful stars. I have been through the storm, but because I was able to get through the storms and come out on the other side, I am able to lend you that caring ear, even if it's just to talk. I hope that tonight was something that you guys appreciated. I hope that you loved it as much as we did bringing it to you. Some things to look forward to. April 30th, people, we will have our second 5K here in Philadelphia. I'm super excited for you guys to register and be there with us. We will be celebrating all of those who have gone and who are lost from domestic violence. So remember that if you have a loved one or someone that you know who has lost their lives due to domestic violence, send me their photo and their name and a little about their story to Christina@loveshouldnothurt.com. We want to make sure that their stories and their photos are displayed all around that track to motivate you, to push you, and to allow you to know this is why we continue to do what we do. And you can hear it in my throat. I get emotional because we are here and we will continue to be here in the memory of Linda Rios. Told you I'm a crybaby. We are doing our 5K yet again and always, and will continue to be in memory of Linda, who lost her life at the hands of domestic violence. So remember, we don't just do this just to do it, people. There is a reason, there is a purpose behind what we do, and we will not stop doing what we do, because as long as I can touch one person, I've done my job. Have a good night, folks. We're going to bring Ray back so we can say goodbye together. Listen, Grandma and your father are watching us, and I know they're super proud.
You know what I noticed?
That I'm beautiful? I know. Oh, wait, you didn't mean me.
I didn't put that on today, so I had to put it on for now. But guys, it was amazing. So, Chrissy, it's always a pleasure being with you on here, and I love preparing with you. It's just that brainstorming and the great ideas. So thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for watching. We truly, truly appreciate you. Next week is the last week of Women's History Month, so it's going to be a good one, folks. Be here at 7 p.m. We're going to celebrate all of those women present day who are killing it, making it amazing. It's going to be a good show. 7 p.m. next week, we are celebrating those women. Remember, it is still Women's History Month, so give that Latinas that you know.
And your mama.
That's right. Your mama, your sister, your daughter, whatever beautiful woman you know in your life. Give her flowers, because we all deserve it. Have a good night, everyone. Hasta la próxima.
Adios.
Goodbye.